Mic test. Oh, there we go. We'll be starting here shortly. What's going on, internet world? How are y'all doing today? It's time. Happy Monday. Spring break is over, at least I think for most people in the States. It was a good one. Hope y'all had a good one as well. Now it's back to the grind. Again, happy Monday. This is No Noise Time. I am Z Rex. It is the 18th of March, 2024 at 11 o'clock in the AM. Let's talk about some price action. We got a little bit of continued selling pressure over the weekend, but mostly staying in the range at the top of the candle there. Let's clean up some of this cool art and go to the daily. So we got a little fall there on Saturday, a little relief bounce right off the 21 on Sunday. And the weekly closed a nice doji up here. I mean, perfect doji right up on, it's like literally right on 69,000 pretty much. Unfortunately, the bulls were not able to open and close a candle above 69K on the weekly. And they were unable to do it also, I think. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, they just barely did it on futures. 69,660 on the open and 69,165 on the close. So just a little C hair above it there. But we didn't get it on futures. Now, it is $700 away roughly, so that kind of sucks for the spot price. So slight bifurcation there, but nothing too crazy. It's kind of expected to get a doji on the weekly on the first attempt at 69,000. I mean, that is the all-time high, and there's going to be obviously lots of resistance there, and so maybe we will be able to get that next week because we already cannot get it this week because this week has already opened at 68,000. And the futures have already also opened around that same level at 68,000. So we unfortunately are not going to be able to get an open and close weekly above 69,000 this week either. So we're going to have to wait a little bit, which is a little disheartening for the bulls. But hey, it's not super surprising as we need a little bit of a liquidation break after pretty much a month of straight up. So not a huge deal. The bigger issue I would say with this is if we lose this trend line here, that is a speed line that's pretty much been in existence in every single mega uptrend. And so if it's going to kind of keep to its guns as it has previously, it would be nice to keep up with this trend line. And ultimately, y'all know too, the 21 weekly, which does seem very far away at this point at 25%. We were talking about that last week, how we were like 30 something percent away from it. And that's kind of on the upper end, 30, mid 30s to about 50 seems to be about the farthest it gets, at least based off its previous history. But yeah, so getting a little indecision here. And basically, this is kind of, and we'll go to Ethereum here in a minute. Unicorn shirt, man, actually looks quite a bit worse than Bitcoin, to be fair. And you can even see on the oscillators here that we have lost momentum as of Friday, Saturday on the DMI back in the neutral zone. And we are actually, let's see, no, not quite sub 50 on the RSI, but yeah, definitely getting a little tested. I mean, this is probably the weakest price action we've had all the way going back to early February, pretty much early February. So definitely a little bit of different behavior for sure. But until it breaks, like really this Tuesday candle, like we talked about last week, It's all good in the hood, which is about 64,000. And then if we go to now, we won't look at monthlies yet. We don't need to do that. We're in the middle. We do have the Fed coming up too on Wednesday, so I imagine we're just going to get some sideways action into Wednesday afternoon when they say that they're not going to hike or do anything. It's just going to be flat. I'm sure it's like 98% on the Fed fund futures. So usually when they're that high, you don't get any surprises. Let's see, GBDC kind of rolling over a little bit, but again, as long as we're staying above this Tuesday candle, last Tuesday, then or a couple Tuesdays ago, sorry, then we're all good. So that's about, let's say, upper 50s. Now, the one that's a little bit more concerning is definitely this ETH chart. So we actually have bearish candles printed on this, which are the white ones. We haven't seen one of those since all the way back in January of 2022. I'm sorry, January 22 of 24. My bad, derp. But yeah, that did end up getting a little bit more sell pressure, but ultimately just got caught by structure, went sideways before pumping. So, like we talked about like a week ago with the halving coming up here, less than a month or about exactly a month away, 3-4 weeks, just chopping sideways through that would actually probably be the best case scenario. Running up super hard into this and all the freaking upgrade for ETH and all this other crap. Hyped it up enough, and just some consolidation for a month, ping ponging up here would actually look very sexy. And if we did that, I would kind of lean more on Bitcoin following its traditional path via the halving chart, which is posted up on the ideas page if you want to go check that out. I'm not going to pull it up again today. But yeah, this one is a little bit concerning just because we closed below the 21 and we're struggling to get back above it on the daily. And if we ratchet even down to the 458s, you can kind of see, this is getting a little bit rounded. And on Bitcoin as well, we are getting the momentum, if we can load the chart, has shifted into the bearish side on the 458 or 8 hour if you don't have custom time frames. It's about the same chart. It does look different, but no, kind of give you the same results. But yeah, anyway, so they have kind of gotten the Momo on the lower time frames. You can see it's clearly there. I mean, this is the highest spike of bears, almost at 45 that we've seen since all the way back over here again in late January. So, is this just a liquidation break? Probably. It probably is. I mean, we have to kind of lean on that right now just because everything is in very bullish structure, but definitely getting testy and probably scaring some people's, I don't know, loss of words, Monday time. So we got about 15-16% drawdown so far. That's a good, healthy, nice liquidation break, especially after this pump. I mean, hell, even going another 5-10% wouldn't even be that bad. Litecoin Charlie's outside of the blue box, below the 21. So some of these shit coins do not look very good. So, I mean, you can see this dumped hard off of it, about 22% roughly. Is it just higher highs and higher lows? Yeah, probably. Let's go to the weekly. Well, hold on real quick. Damn, that kind of actually is a shitty weekly candle, to be fair. Damn. Literally rejected the entire blue box. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That actually is kind of nasty, to be fair. One could argue that this kind of isn't in great posturing sub 87 with that weekly close. I mean, we're above this structure. I mean, what a weird spot. Hold on, let me chew on that for a sec. Yeah, so I mean, it kind of is just building this range out again where you can see all this clustering here between like mid 70s and about $90, or let's just say mid 90s. So that $20 range, that's kind of looks like what we're playing around in. And I guess as long as we're above that, mid 70s, it's okay. But this weekly candle kind of sucks. Interesting. I think Bulls definitely are going to need to step up this week and show that they still have the momentum. Because look at this, we're even testing that Tuesday candle right here. So That was like the bear mark of like, hey, watch out. We're trying to get in there. ETC, let's see. ETC looks a lot better than Charlie. Above 28 bucks looks pretty nice still. Kind of look at this, testing this high here. Way better structure than Litecoin, surprisingly. So this actually looks very good above $29, $28. This looks just like a retest. Looks like it wants to just kind of probably chill here before making a higher high again. So way better chart than Litecoin. Let's see. XRP. XRP's got mad support. We are continuing to kind of squeeze in this triangle. I know we kind of barely came out of it right here, but you can even kind of see that you could redraw this like here. And that's the problem with slanted horizontal or slanted horizontals. Yeah, that freaking makes sense. Slanted trend lines versus horizontals is that the horizontal ones are pretty fixed. And don't have as much room for adjustment, but you can see that this one you could easily go bloop and use the bodies and go bloop like that. So we're still kind of filling out this triangle. Shocker. As long as it's above that 58-cent level, it is okay. Probably big move coming in XRP soon. And look where that is, right at the halving too. The apex is literally at the halving at this point. So that's pretty funny. So I bet by halving, we probably either see like $1 or like 40 cents. Big move compressing there. Same thing here with a little bit different structure, kind of a little W pattern right here, which are generally bullish. And this thing looks pretty decent, still above the 12 handle. A little bit of rejection, though, on the weekly outside of the blue box, kind of like Litecoin. So it's not like super sexy, but I mean, overall, just coming to retest all this structure, not a huge deal. Only would start to be concerning starting to lose that like 12.5-cent level. That would start to look pretty ugly. Tron leading the market to the downside. Look at that. Led kind of to the upside, and it stalled out for a while up here. Rolled over. Let's see, weekly. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look like shit, though. I mean, this looks very nice. Up and down, sine waving all the way. I mean, this is a very needed little retest of structure. So above 11.5 pennies. Perfectly fine. Trend intact with all that. So Dot, same thing. I mean, a lot of these charts look like this, or they kind of look like Litecoins, where they're in the range, or they're building higher high, higher lows, and coming to just retest structure. Looks really good above $9, so nothing crazy on that one. And so you might ask yourself, well, is this just the buy the dip opportunity? Yeah, probably. I'd say so, unless Bitcoin starts really breaking down from here. Which would be probably below this little 62, 64 area. We start losing that, and then we can start questioning the strength of the bulls. But until then, we're kind of just in buy the dip mode for now. EOS, wait, what did I skip here? Oh, yeah, ADA, beautiful, just up and to the right. I mean, just retesting structure looks very good above 61, 60 cents, something about around there. And, that's... These little retests, I mean, this is what we want to see. We don't want to see just straight up all the time. So, yeah, are they getting a little heavy? We actually are printing some white candles in here finally. Yeah, definitely, but we're still holding on to structure. So, and looks okay above about 17.5. This does have the potential. Oh, just barely missed it. Okay, so we do have a lower low from here to here, but that doesn't really count since you have the higher one here. So it would have to build off of this one and then make a weaker high here, like sub 20. But this does look like it's just consolidating up here. No momentum, though, on the oscillators, like zero Momo. As long as it's between 17 and pretty much 20, it's just ranging. EOS coming down to retest. Perfect structure here at about 90 cents. Easy peasy. Just stay above that. Same for BCH, kind of making an H pattern, BCH pattern up here. Get back above 450 on this would look very sexy, and I'd probably look for 600 to 700 after that. And then if it lost on the downside about 360, and then we could go a little bit deeper retrace to like about 300 on this guy. I really want to see the bulls kind of defend this H pattern though right here. BSV got slapped, but look what it's doing, higher highs. And it's making a higher low right now off this kind of little trend line, right? That you can sort of see like that, something like that. And as long as it's holding that mid 70s again, it does look good. But yeah, kind of just giving up all of its tendies on that little early March pump. But again, oops. Not surprising. Went up to the 200. We were looking for resistance there. Put a big freaking doji there and rejection after that. But we're getting caught by the lower end structure. So as long as this is above about upper 70s, it looks okay. And, on that note, too, is this good reentry spot? Yeah, I mean, you got less than 10% risk now. So giving you a potential another chance to enter in this. XMR bitch mode. I don't know what's wrong with XMR. We were making jokes about this. Got on a little group chat last night, and we're like, "Oh, it's the stable coin, XMR, the stable coin," because for pretty much 2.5 years, 2+ years, 800 days, it's been the exact same price. Which I guess, hey, that's cool for a stable privacy coin. Hey, you can't be mad about that. Zcash giving it all up, back to barely holding on. Oh, it actually isn't holding on. It lost 29 today. Uh-oh. Deep retrace could just be a little retrace action. Deep, but this is deep. This actually is kind of like, God dang it, really? Did make a higher high, so as long as it's above maybe 27, we can give them a little leeway. Really need to be back above 29 though. Dash breaking the trend line, breaking the 38 level, but it's just doing a little bit of a deep retrace probably. And if Bitcoin Mama Bear picks up a little bit and gets back above 69K, these things will get lifted up faux show. But straight up, a little bit straight down. All we got to do is build this chart above 35 though. Doge, same thing. Straight up. And not straight down, just getting caught by that 14-cent handle, which is exactly what we kind of want to see. And, that's fine. It does this before it moonshots. This still looks like a pretty damn sexy chart to me. You can see we do this sideways action on Dogecoin often. It'll usually pump really hard, go sideways for a month or something, then pump really hard. So, maybe at the end of this week, we get follow through. Again, watching Mama Bear. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. STX above 242 looks fine. Really needs to clear $3 again though. Kind of just ranging up here. True actually is pretty nice. Bounced hard yesterday. Looks good above 7 cents or so. And looking left. Hold on, let's go to weekly. Looking left, we got some pretty good resistance at about 10 cents, 10 pennies. One of the outliers today is XRD. Radix finally pumping hard. Buddy of mine that's familiar with the project, they released something. I don't know, whatever. I told him, look at that. As long as it was holding 3.8, it was actually a buy. And didn't look great, but it was holding structure. Show me the charts. I'll tell you the news. Bam. Announcement. Oh, cool. Well, we already kind of knew that was coming, right? Bump and run pattern on this. Nasty candle here. And like we talked about, it looked gross after this and here. But as long as it was holding 3.8, it's okay. And only open and close on a daily below that would be very nasty. Bulls defended and pumped right up into whatever the hell announcement. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. Y'all already know that. Let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, got distracted there. ADD. Very beautiful above 6.5 though. Very nice. Does this have a shot at 8? Yeah, about 8. That's pretty much like mega resistance there. And then 10. Then after that, it really isn't until mid-teens. So nice job for that. But will this get faded? Probably if Bitcoin doesn't get back over 69K this week, it probably will get faded back into the 5-cent handle. And if we zoom in a little bit, I bet we can see some divergence on this. Yeah, definitely some divergence between here and here. Whoops, we want to go to the 458 though. Yeah, definitely a little bit of divergence between here and here. But, above 6.5, it does look really strong. VeChain, same kind of chart where it's retesting, those early January highs. Looks fine above about 3.8. Speaking of 3.8, that's where XRD was, back down here. So VeChain looks okay above that 3.8 level. Atom, same chart, just retesting here. As long as we're staying at these higher highs, higher low structures, it's all good. and if Bitcoin stays bid. This one actually looks nasty. Took some heat on this one. I did scoop up some here in this candle here, but now I'm definitely down on that position. And now we're getting bodies, open and closed bodies below 142. So it's kind of a little bit nasty. That's kind of a little bit nasty for Osmos, not to be fair. So that kind of sucks. Might have to bail on this one. I'll just be watching Mama Bear to kind of guide me on that, because I mean there's mega support right below us where we're at about 130, all this structure, EMAs, etc. And on the weekly it still looks fine. So hey, what's up, Casey Lewis? I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? Good to see you, bud. Hope you had a good holiday week. Oh, let's see. Osmos. Yeah, so that one kind of surprising. But you know, it is what it is. Ton coin. Fuck, pump coin over here. Let's go to the weekly. Man, beautiful. It's above its target from back over here, which is about 3.5. So above 3.5 is beautiful. And we actually already got confirmation from that zone right here in the mid threes, body closing up. Very beautiful close there, just riding up. This looks real good above $3.5. Matic, kind of getting a little tested. I think best case scenario is these will be false breakdowns. You know, everybody's watching the same movie pretty much, and so you know this is going to scare quite a few people. And in the big pump ups and when the bull market really starts getting going, I mean, there's 10-30% drawdowns all the time intra week that happen, and then you just get freaking moonshotted after that. I mean, the volatility is definitely elevated in crypto land, so just be aware of that. Don't get too scared when it pumps. We'll get warnings on the higher time frames and other stuff in the future, so it's all good. Don't look at the micro too much. Let's see. Looks very good above $1 on Matic still. Yes, look at that. Little pumpage getting the Fed drift as per usual. Usually Monday, Tuesday, you get slight up action into the Fed meeting. It's usually not very much, like 1% or so. I have some data on that somewhere, but just off the top of my head, it's like just shy of 1% that it'll usually float up into that. Looks like we're already kind of pretty much getting that today. Probably just go sideways tomorrow, inside day, and wait for the lovely Uber Fed to bless us with his grace. It looks very good above that 51 upper 5100 handle. This also looks good above 18,000. Kind of lollygagging a little bit. Bears trying to creep up here sneakily on the daily. Let's go to the 3-hour. Yeah, look, the 3-hour, the bulls are already trying to come back in with the swiftness, so that's nice. Yeah, above 18K, it's fine. Really need to see the bulls get over 18.4. That'll probably happen this week if the market likes what the Fed says. The Dow looks fine, just up and to the right. I mean, above this 38, upper 38 handle looks fine. Again, you do have the bears trying to creep in on the daily, so that might be the only thing, but that makes sense too as we're approaching the Fed meeting, because there could be surprises. Some J Powell surprise. Anyway, looks good above 2050. You already know, easy peasy. I mean, most of this is just the same as the last video. We're just kind of filling out ranges, and you know, it gets sideways as hell right before the Fed meeting. It's just so annoying. Everybody just kind of watches it, and it's like, oh, okay. But it's in this range pretty much, 2060-ish to 2100. Until it gets out of that, we could probably look for 50 points either way. 50, 60 points either way above those numbers or below. The trannies are actually dumping a little bit. Okay. Getting a little tested, but we are in between the EMAs, long-term, short-term, right in the middle. Squeeze away. I hate taking trades on here generally. It makes it very random. Yeah, this one is very tight. It's a very kind of ugly symmetrical triangle. Which also has an apex probably around early mid-April. But yeah, it really needs to hold that 15, like 3-ish area. But you can clearly see this range is for easy metrics, it's just 15,000 handle. VIX, let's see what VIX is doing. Oh, look at Vic still kind of being a little creepster here. Just filling this little wedge pattern. Interesting. VVIX is not above 90 anymore. It's just kind of floating, but it is above the 200 MA. And it is looking like it wants to do another open and close today above that. So that's a little bit different behavior. And let's go to the futures. And the futures are kind of pumping a little bit. I don't know. Y'all know we've been watching this chart for a while, how it's just keep filling out this wedge. And it's like, oh man, what is VIX trying to tell us? And only on the backs of that with TNX pumping and about to get over this mega resistance. We get over that, man. That's implying that they will hike rates more, is what that would be implying, especially getting up over 440 and definitely over 450. We could possibly even be looking for higher rates. And that might happen if inflation keeps getting going. And on that back in that conversation, this would actually help make that a reality with oil breaking out. So, we've been watching this chart, mentioning that a bunch, because if oil gets comfy back over 82.50, I mean, it may have to take some kind of emergency action because and by that, I mean maybe hiking up more than the market thinks that they will to curb that inflation, boy. Because that'll freaking, man, stuff's already high this year and higher. And that would just make it even go up more. So, brutal. We don't want to see that. We're going to be like freaking 70s inflation or Soviet Republic inflation. Oh, man. All right. Nice little list there, Casey. I see a couple new tickers in there too. We'll get to that here in just one moment. Nat Gas barely holding on. Is this a 618 retracement? It looks a little deeper than that. Yeah, I went to the 786, but we are flat on the 618 right now. So as long as it's holding maybe like this 169 level, you could argue that this is like an entry point with the stop at about 165. So possible trade there. Yeah, you're seeing this. I mean, this is inverted from the TNX chart, so we kind of won't double up on that. Dollar coming up here. Obviously, this is going to get strength if the Dixie starts rising. You can kind of use this, or I'm sorry, if TNX starts rising. My bad. Gold just kind of chilling up here, lollygagging, not doing much after it had a nice hard pump at the very beginning of March. Still looks very good though. I mean, we're still working our way up here to the target. I mean, no problemo. Above 2100 looks fine to me. The only thing that's concerning about gold and also with crypto is that the miners are not keeping up with any of this shit. GDX looks like shit. Look at this. Garbage. What is this crap? Not even above its major resistance level as gold is at all-time highs. That's pretty shit. Silver coming up. Is this going to fail again up here? It has only failed up in this range like 14 times or something. So probably it'll do it again. It does until it doesn't, right? You can even see this clearly on the weekly, all the way even back to August 21. We got lots of fades from this 25 handle. So one more again, or is it time to party? I even think like 2-3 days open and close above 26 probably gets this bitch to run too. Hold on, let's see. Let's look at some hopium. Probably gets it to run to like 28, something like that. And then that'll be the next test. But yeah, where are the miners at? Yeah, they've pumped a little bit, but why are they still so low? Oh, platinum. Couldn't get over 950. Look at that. Only for a second. The little flash intraday got rejected. Could still be basing out here though. If you really slice this down on like the micro, then it's actually trying to build a chart right now above like 900-ish. So not too terrible, but really needs to get over that 950. Palladium is still decent above 1,000. And then we already mentioned the GDX. And let's run over to blockchain stuff real quick before I forget to do that. We are selling off a little bit, and most of the stuff that's pumped is not mining companies. It's MicroStrategy, scam companies. Oh, I mean, amazing companies. Like, so amazing. Michael Saylor's so amazing. But mega pump, I mean, but they don't mine or anything. It's just accumulation and hype in Bitcoin is pretty much all he does. And then you've got what's the other Coinbase that's also on the backs of the ETFs and custodians for all that. So that's pumping hard. But if we go to actual miners, old school miners, Hut in the trash. Mara actually has a very decent chart right here. To be fair, it's actually the best one. Building a nice chart over this kind of ugly, sloppy, inverted head and shoulders. Above 16 handle actually looks very good on that. But it's still down in the dumps, right? It hasn't really rallied super hard. Core is also just dump fest 3000. Back, same thing. Riot also on the lows. So, like, the minor stocks for crypto are not participating in this rally yet. Now they will want to be seeing Bitcoin open and close high time frames above breakout zones. So let's just go back in history real quick to illustrate this point. And maybe that's why they are not rallying, and that their potential good buys. I'm thinking about buying some miners like Hut and some and Mara and Riot and some of these other ones as long trades, because if Bitcoin does break out here in the next week or so above 69K again, they likely will catch up. And as you can see here, this previous all-time high back in December of 2017. And if we go over here, this open and close, the first one it had, we had one little doji, just like we have now. And then another week of like indecision, kind of like trying to pump. And then another little hammer doji. And then we finally got an open and close in the middle of December 2020, above all that range to pump. And that's when all of the, if we jump over to, let's say, I don't know, Hut. If we go over here to Hut, that's pretty much exactly when they finally started breaking out and running too. So these are probably just waiting for actual confirmation that Bitcoin's breaking out, which technically we have not had on a high time frame. We almost had it. We almost had it last week, but we just barely missed it by one little cunt hair, just barely. So that's kind of my take on the miners, is that they're just they're waiting for an official breakout confirmation on a high time frame, and we just don't quite have that. We're close, but not quite there. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's see. 66. Sorry, I had to just tell my buddy something real quick. He's dropping off a car for me to look at for him. He's been having some car issues. Anyway, so back to this point on the Hut and miners and all that, is that they're probably just waiting for Bitcoin to break out, and that's why I kind of think that they're buys right here. Because look at this shit, right? I mean, if you didn't know this was a miner, this is just a sexy chart by itself, outside of being in crypto land. Very beautiful above about 16 handle. So that's kind of my thoughts on the miners. And they're just really waiting here. Let's see. Where are we at? We got the miners. I think we finished all that up, made that point. All right, Casey, let's get it in. Oh, we've done this one, AeroCap. So you're getting in on this one. Boom, Pump Fest 3000. Yee, boy. Yeah, you're already in this one, I feel like, aren't you? Or are you just about to be in? No, long at 86, so just shy. Or actually, no, you actually are in at this one. Technically, the high was 85, 86. So, yeah, I mean, this one's pretty good. I thought you were already in this one back over here. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, it's up there. Really good support above 80. Looking for 92, stopping out at about 82. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I kind of like that. You're kind of keeping it high and tight on there. Curious though why you wouldn't buy the breakout like back here. I thought that you did when you brought this up originally. Like this cluster here, this few days, handful of days would actually be the time to like enter into a breakout like this, especially after a long consolidation. So Oh, it's a re-entry. Ah, okay, okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, you're getting the Momos continuing. So yeah, I mean, I can't hate that with the 82 stop because that's about where that cluster is. So that's not too bad right there. Let's see here. We got amp. Amp it. Let's amp it. Well, let's not amp it. Oh my gosh, come on. Amp pump time. Let's see here. Uh oh, we're just getting breaking out. We're just getting breaking out today. Man, that is some fabulous English right there. Let's see here. Oh, we're getting a vol flash on the weekly at the top of range. That is interesting. I don't really like that. Um, that means the bulls are real comfortable right now. Yeah, and you can see that off DMI if we look down here. Yeah, I mean, look how low the bearish DMI is. It's all the way in the forgotten zone, single digits. Let's see. Last time we saw that was back over here. Had a little bit of a sell off, but nothing too crazy, only 10%. Oh, here's a vol flash right here at the top of a range, and that actually led to a really big corona. Oh shit, the corona crash was the last time we saw that. Oh yeah, I don't like that this is flashing up here after this kind of move. That's not my favorite setup. But just looking at it outside of all that, as long as it's holding up about 410-ish, it does look fine. And we could probably look for, let's do a little fib off of just this little cluster kind of here. Maybe like 4.5 would probably be a decent target on that. Man, you're all the way up at 537 and 368. Yeah, I wouldn't take that trade. I would skip that one. I like AER better than this. And this kind of concerns me a little bit. It's not officially printed yet because this is the weekly candle. So it's just flashing. It's the flash of the flash. But yeah, that's a little concerning for me on that. And that's definitely too far risk for me. I would stop out at about $400 on this one. Because below that, it's probably almost guaranteed to go to 380. So yeah, not my favorite one. If I had to trade it, I would actually probably even stop out higher at like 415, like around here. But that vol flash is a little concerning, especially after that really big move up. FTAI. All right, let's see here. Okay, this one kind of looks good. Let's go to the weekly real quick. Oh my god. Aviation. What the hell are these investment managers for aviation? Damn, these guys are banking, bro. Look at this revenue stream increasing. Jesus, what do they do? Aircraft operations, offers aviation products that include leasing, blah blah blah. Okay, interesting business there. Looks like it's very profitable for them. Above about $52 looks really good. And we got about 55 on the daily, so mid lower 50s is really good resistance. And if we kind of take this like that, and then we go here, yeah, we got about 69 as the next target if we can clear 62. So what you got on there? 65 with 57. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that one. Definitely a lot better than AMP. That might be my more favorite one actually out of the three because this is a little bit more sideways than straight up, kind of like the other ones. Yeah, so I like that one. P car. I don't remember this one. I don't think we've looked at this one. Pack car. That was pack car. Farm machine equipment. So many damn stocks, man. Trucks, construction equipment. Let's see. Trucks, parts, financial, heavy, medium, light duty. So all trucks. Damn, founded in 1905. Holy moly. All right. So it's been around for a hot minute. I never heard of this company. I do car stuff, huh? All right. How long has it been publicly traded for? Probably a while, huh? It's been since 1905. I mean, I know it ain't that old for stocks, but oh shit, dude. Wow, what the hell? 69 or something? Yeah, that's when like a lot of stuff came out, like early 70s. Wow, this is a beast mode chart, dude. I mean, it's barely even phased. Yeah, we got the dump from this little 60% drawdown, but I mean, if you look previous, that's not even that big of a deal. Wow. This thing looks uber frothy though. Holy shit. What the hell? All right, let's ratchet down. Daily, I'd have to use for management on this one at about 110, 113, somewhere in there. And the target is kind of hard on this. You can't really pull fibs on something like this. I mean, we can go back here, but yeah, it's already too far. I mean, so probably gonna have to just use like blue sky whole numbers like, 100, 150, 200, stuff like that. So probably could look for maybe 150 and stop out at like 110 or something. It's kind of what I'm thinking off that one. You're looking for 135, 112. Yeah, that's about right. This crazy chart though. Holy shit, man. Wow. I just am baffled by this thing straight up to the right on a monthly. Pretty much. Yeah, you had the little 70s inflation scare and all that crap, but after that though, it's been just freaking moonshotting. Dang, this is like shitcoin percent gains 53,000%. Not too bad. Not too shabby. All right, PGR Progressive. Oh yeah, the insurance boys. Let's see here. Um let's see. Uh Progressive. Sorry, I got distracted here. 197 looks pretty good. Let's go to the weekly. Um Man, really isn't major support till about like 185, 190. Jeez, man, what the hell? What is the insurance business doing? I thought they were hurting. I guess them jacking all those premiums up is helping their bottom line, huh? Big gap over here back in the beginning of the year, but looks pretty good, yeah, above the 190s. So let's go zoom out a little bit. We're at all-time highs, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit looks real good above 190. Is it a little bit of aggressive? Yeah, kind of, but shit, dude, this market just does not care. Again, kind of have to use just, I mean, we can pull a fib, I guess, from right here, but that's a funky one. But yeah, about 215, maybe 220 could be a target with a stop around 200. What you thinking about? Yeah, you're looking for bigger ones. 248. Yeah, that's kind of what I would look for longer term is like 250 on this one, but that's a pretty big run though, man. That's a maybe a little aggressive 22%. Ooh, yeah, I don't know if I would target a little tighter than that. I'd probably look for teens with a stop at around 200 for that, just adjusting a little bit. But to each his own. That's what makes the market, right? Let's see here. Phillips 66. Oh shit. Dang old gas station. Man, beautiful above that 130 area. Nice breakout here. Oh yeah, very nice. Once it got over that 120 zone, man, it's just been moonshotting. Very good. Above 140, like low 140s is great support. Yeah, low mid 140s, very good support there. As long as it's above that, we are good to go. And if we pull a fib off of this little area, what do we got there? Probably 167, 175, somewhere in there could be a target. So that one's not too shabby. I like this setup here. And what's your target on there? 167. Yeah, I like that one. Probably one of my favorites. Either that one so far or the uh, what is it? The airline one. All right, let's see. STLD. Oh yeah, this one's just now breaking out. I like that. I likes that. Let's zoom out, make sure. Just double check. Yep. Okay. Okay. Nice little saucer here. Would like to see the weekly open and close this week above 135 to get over this little tweezer top right here. I know these are both green, but this one is down and engulfing this other one. So yeah, if we could get this week to open and close above at mid 130s, that would look super sexy. Overall, this is actually a pretty nice chart. This could be just getting ready to do some breakoutage. Let's see. Probably, yeah, like 150, 160 as a target on that. Yeah, I kind of like this one. What are you looking for? Yeah, 167 with the stop at 125. Yeah, that's good. That's a good setup right there. I like that. Might be my favorite one, especially because this one's just now breaking out. Steel Dynamics 22 bill, looking nice. Neutral on the analyst rating, huh? Yeah, good old analyst. Anyway, yeah, I like that one a lot just because it's especially breaking out. And if this week could stay above 135 on the close, that'd be super sexy time. Oh, this one's kind of in the same boat. Looks a little bit more or less liquid, I should say, than that other one. Crazy candle right here. What the hell? How much did it miss by? 20%. That's a pretty good miss. What do these people do? Chemicals, specialty. Oh yeah, they finally lost money. I don't know, why isn't it Q1 on here already? It's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, I mean, off the chart though, above 142, this looks pretty damn good. Yeah, this little cluster up and to the right. Yeah, this is actually a pretty solid chart, man. I'd say above, yeah, 140, 142. We could probably look for, let's see. That's probably going to be like what, like 150? Yeah, 150 to low 160s would be the first targets on that. So looking pretty damn nice. You already got it kind of built up. 5. There's your 2 to 1 right there to 160. What are you looking for on Westlake? Price target of 184, stopping at 130. 130. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for me, I guess that's fine. I would adjust that a little bit. I mean, I don't know. The $8, 140, 130 is probably splitting hairs a little bit, especially because you're looking for a little bit higher shot there. But for me, I'd probably, if it gets anywhere below like this cluster, like 133, 134, that's starting to get a little bit testy there. So that's how I would kind of play it. I would look for like that mid 130s is my stop, and I'd be looking for about the same target though, about mid 160s, something like that. Maybe if it started stalling in the upper 50s, probably take some off there. But no, that one looks good though. I like that one a lot. And then the airplane one are probably my favorites. Oh, and then this other one we just did, the SLTD one. Well, not that one. That's not right. Oh, sorry, STLD. Whoopsie. Yeah, I like this one too. I'd say this one actually and WLK are my favorites because they are freshly breaking out, and we just get a little bit of confirmation this week. We can probably get a little parlay going, a little pumpy party, pumpale way. All right, I think that's it for the most part. Let's go look at Nvidia because we got to see what the real market's doing. The market. You're very welcome, Casey. Thank you, man. Hope you have a awesome day, man. Yeah, we're just kind of lollygagging up here. Really need to get back over 950. This is like the first candle right here that's like showing actual potential weakness that we've seen almost in most of this entire run. So definitely this year, at least for sure. So putting in like a little top, and especially after the extension, we already at the 4618. There's no extensions unless you start drawing them off these little tiny candles and $1,000. So let's go to Apple. Man, Apple is just F, dude. What is going on at Apple, dude? It hasn't done shit in freaking 2 years, pretty much. Pretty lame. Oh, Microsoft. Oh, whoa. Microsoft is breaking out. Get out of here, dude. I'm surprised you didn't bring this one up, Casey. Man, this actually looks really good above like 410. Holy crap. I would have never guessed that. I guess Microsoft probably is going to be like AI related, so maybe it gets a bunch of hype from that. But wow, impressive, Bill. Way to go, Bill. Above 410. This actually looks very good. Yeah, back below 400 though. Then I'd be looking for like 370 and then reassess, but I didn't expect to see that on Microsoft. AMD coming back to just retest the breakout zone potentially. Looks like decent re-entry as long as you're above 178, 175, somewhere in there. Let's see here. All right, I think that's probably it. Let's see what some of these ETFs look like. They're finally rolling over. Yeah. All these ETPs, actually, they're not even ETFs, which is pretty hilarious. I know that they're almost the same, but they are slightly different, which is kind of funny. That wasn't really talked about a lot. Everyone was so hyped up. They're just like, oh, damn, ETFs. Oh, gosh. It's so amazing. So silly. So silly. I mean, do people not realize that, like, these ETFs are literally could scoop up a quarter of all Bitcoin by the end of the year at the pace they're going? And people are like, oh, that's great, dude. My tendies will go up. No, dude, that sucks, bros. That's trash. We don't want them to own that much. You want the banks to own a quarter of Bitcoin? No, man. That's not cool. And they start doing like precious metal manipulation. How many times has JP Morgan been fined for precious metals manipulation? I think they paid one of the largest fines in the silver one a few years ago. And then they got caught again. And it's just like, oh, whatever. So it's like that's literally what we're moving to if everyone keeps, pumping up these ETFs and crap. Like, I thought the whole idea was to get away from traditional finance and be in the crypto ecosystem. But I guess people have lost their way and just want tendies instead of actual building parallel systems. But, whatever. That kind of did die a while ago, to be fair. Crypto's ethos is very, very different now than it was back in the day, especially in the mid-teens when it was really cool. All the cyberpunk dudes and libertarians and fuck the Fed guys were all in there, and then it turned into like, oh, if we only had the ETF, everything would be okay. It's like, what the hell, bro? Anyway, before I start ranting too much, Planeteer actually looks very good above $21, man. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Kind of doing the up and to the right above 21 handle. Looks very sexy. BlackBerry just can't get shit going, man. I've got a little call spread on here. That's just not doing anything. It's just decaying as time goes by. That's always lovely. It's a small little lunch money trade, so whatever. I think that's it, man. So, Mama Bear. Oh, real quick, let's look at sector majors. I want to kind of see where we're at with real estate real fast because we haven't talked about that in a long time. Where's IYR? Why is that not on here? What? What? Do I really not have that on here? Well, that's kind of surprising. Well, let's put it on there. Yeah, I know it's not because it's not crypto, bro. They don't want it. Oh, is it? No, it's not IYR. Shit, what is it? Man, I'm having a brain fart right now. I should know that. I haven't looked. I thought it was. IYR. Damn, I don't remember now. That's embarrassing. Well, we can look at the builders. I know XLB is materials and stuff. Oh, shit. They'd be breaking out. Oh, crap. What the heck? Man, above $90, that's actually beast mode. I kind of missed that. Like I was saying, I haven't looked at them in a while. Shit, okay. Why, hello. Why, hello. Man, that's potentially breakout this week. Shit, that's kind of crazy, dude. How are the regional banks doing? Everyone's like scared of those. Oh, not too bad. It's actually kind of flagging out. It actually looks pretty good above $42. KRE, not so much. This one is a little bit weak sauce. KBE, though, actually is in way better posturing. As long as it's above 42, of course, meme number. Meme power. Yeah, here's my IYR. What the hell? I have it on there. I guess I'm blind, but when I typed it in to search it, it didn't pop up. Okay, weird. Anyway, trying to base out above 85 is okay. Interesting, the builder and materials are doing so much better, and you got this bullshit chart. Although, could this be like a little bumping and running, breaking out and kind of running against this trend line? Potentially. It seems odd though, or seems crazy with the rates high if, housing could still go up. But hey, people forget that in the 80s, rates were way high and the housing market was killing it. And I mean, mortgages were 10% and shit. It's kind of wild to think about that. It wasn't that long ago. We were on the complete other end of the spectrum with rates. You also could get 10% at the bank, though, too, on a CD. So, all right, enough is enough. We're done for today. Bitcoin, Mama Bear, what are you doing? Oh, you're just taking a breather? That's fine. Don't you be losing, though, 60, 62,000. That starts to look pretty nasty if that were to happen. And we do have some bearish momentum creeping in on the 458. Probably to be fair, it's actually the most bearish momentum we've seen since the January little sell-off, which was about 20%. Oh, and on that note, man, I have this chart somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for it though, because I don't think I labeled it appropriately. Um, there's this chart I made that was about 20% dips. Let's see if it's on there. No. Yeah, I think I just made a copy of the chart and I didn't actually rename it. I'm going to look for it though and then try to present that on Wednesday because there is a good, maybe it's this one, 50%. Let's load it up and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. No, I don't know what's going on here. I need to clean up my chart list. Yeah, I don't think that's it. But anyway, I'll find it. And it's an interesting chart that once you get a 20% drawdown from the recent high of the structure, so you just keep measuring from wherever you're at. If you're right here, then it's like, oh, once you get 20% drawdown, that's when you have to start looking for bulls to lose that momentum and bears to start creeping in. So I'll share that on Wednesday because it's a pretty interesting analysis on there and kind of easy. And there's a few things that we're going to be looking for the top, and that's one of them, along with the EMAs, and then also along with just general sentiment as well. And then of course the infamous pi cycle, which apparently we got faded on recently. See, we almost went into full bulltard mode. Not quite yet though. Take a little breather. So stay above the low 60s Bitcoin. We cannot do an open and close this week above 69. That's a bummer. We almost had it last week until the weekend rolled around. Lost that. So it was close, but not quite enough. And an interesting doji right on the all-time high. That is expected. That's okay. Not a big deal. But we would like to see this in the next week or two, especially by the end of the month. Resolve this and have continuation because we start lollygagging here, break this trend line, start getting comfy below 60K. We could get pretty deep retraces from that. And if that were to occur too, I mean, altcoins would get absolutely freaking smashed on with some of these rallies they've had. I mean, a lot of stuff's up 5, 10x. So if Mama Bear breaks that 60, 62K level, the shit's probably going to give up half of those gains in shitcoin landia. So we'll be watching that live, though. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams. I will see y'all on Hump Day. This is No Noiz. I am Z Rex. Peace.